see when we're being real friends to Wayne.
All right, y'all. This is the Real PETx Podcast, formerly known as Shaking the Table. I'm your host, Wayne. We have Telisa and Lita here as well. We're just three entrepreneurs in the pet care space, three friends, three real friends talking about pet care, entrepreneurship, and all the things that it takes
Period.
to make it successful.
I love that.
That's it.
That's the one.
That's it.
And that was
Keep it real,
probably
keep it simple.
that was probably an original thought. I love that.
It was because y'all were attacking me before I pressed record. So
Nobody
I
was
just
We were,
attacking.
why we always got to be
y'all
attacking
were.
him, Telisa?
Attacking me. Okay.
If he's
Don't
attacking him,
That's
we're
fake
keeping it
news.
real. That's what it is. This is a real podcast, y'all.
Yeah. All right. Oh man, so we are here. We are here finally. PETx Podcast, Real PETx Podcast. All right, y'all. So if you have not listened to any of our other episodes, definitely go and listen to the other episodes. All right, they're on YouTube, and now everything is going to be on Spotify. So you'll be able to hear and watch all of our episodes. And make sure you like, share, and subscribe. So again, we're just three friends in the pet care space that just talks about our business and life and what it teaches us, what it taught us, and how we can teach other people. So, ladies, take it away. We usually start this time off with, all right, what what mats your fur?
What matched my fur? Right. Everything. But this week, it is definitely the to-do list, with taxes being at the top of it because I never file them on time. But we're not going to talk about taxes. Right. We're not going to talk about taxes.
We're not going to talk about. That's not this episode, y'all. That's not this episode.
We're just going to talk about all the things that we're supposed to do, that we need to do, that we procrastinate doing, so on.
The proverbial to-do list.
Yeah.
It is something that it constantly grows, and you knock off two things and add three things because, I mean, as an entrepreneur, all you're doing is just thinking about more. What's next? What didn't I do? What do I need to do? How can I delegate this? What
do I want?
What do I want?
Right.
What's the end goal here? Right.
Right.
So
right.
the to-do list is something that constantly just gets added and added and added. And then it gets overwhelming at some point till you just put it down and you just don't look at your to-do list anymore.
Yeah.
But you know, I mean, at this point, it's just figuring out what works and how to properly, you know, time management, how to delegate things properly, who to delegate it to, figure out where your resources are, because this to-do list is just keeps getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah. I literally just was talking to you guys about that, you know, like right before we hopped on. You guys asked me how my 2-week vacation was, and I would say it was a lot more peaceful because my to-do list was so long before I left. And I was like, I'm not even gonna be able to do this 2-week vacation because it's like I have a million things to do, 2 businesses to run, my baby, you know, I'm thinking of everything I have to do. But then when I really think about, like you just said, Wayne, delegating and my team, my family, my support system, y'all, you know what I mean? Like that, the heaviness on my shoulders makes me breathe a little bit better, where I can go on vacation and actually enjoy it because I know I have a team and support system that helps me get stuff done every day. And even if I don't get everything done, just to get majority of it done feels good, you know, like for real. And it's like, then also turning off your phone too. Like, okay, I worked from 9 to 5.
Social media notifications got to get turned off.
Turn it off, you know, like just turn it off. Like, cause you're going to want to crave to, you know, like just work and look at it and check, oh, let me just send this one email. Oh, let me just post this one post, or let me just respond to this one DM. Like, no, turn it off. Enjoy wherever you're at with your family, your friends, and just enjoy life. And you don't have to record everything either. Because, you know, that's the other side, the content creator. I got to, hold on. I got to record. No, just enjoy the moment. Right.
Be in the moment.
Be in the moment. Yes.
Absolutely.
For real.
No, And I agree. I agree. So like I love that you were able to take a vacation and get away and things like that. You know, I think for me is like I'm able to do that to a certain extent. You know,
Yeah.
after day 4, I'm like, all right, I need
You're
to work.
mine.
Like I
Yeah.
want to work. I want to do something.
Yeah,
Like
same.
because it's too many days in between that I have not did anything, right? So like after like 4 or 5, I'm like, what do I need to do?
You're
Because I
itching.
just I gotta stay busy. I gotta stay busy,
Yeah.
right? But
Yeah.
I definitely get it. It does help a lot having people to be able to delegate work to.
Yeah.
Because it's like, all right, this is the standard that I've set. So are you able to accomplish these things? Because this is gonna help us move forward, you
Right.
know. Now that's a lot in itself because a lot of people don't want to delegate things to people.
Yeah.
We often feel like we have to handle everything on our to-do list ourselves, you
Yeah.
know. So
And that's just
how
not
do we
it.
get how do we get to that point?
Training.
How do we get to
Yeah.
contract?
Training.
How's it play?
It's wild over here. It's Monday.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
It's Monday.
Yeah. Just training though. Like you gotta take time out to train your team.
Yeah,
If
because
you
if you don't
don't,
trust a team to get the work done, why are they on payroll?
yeah, like you gotta like it took me a month, I would say 30 days fully to train my team. Like I had to take time out for a long time. And I'm not saying like all day, it was like an all day thing every day, but I did have to tell them what to do. Then after I told them what to do, give them a couple testers, watch over them for 2 weeks, and then be like, all right, y'all straight. Like, and then appoint somebody to do quality control. That's what I call it, like a manager. Like, hey, check this out. I'm paying you to check behind them. So if
Yeah, for
something
sure.
messes up, it's your job. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
I will fire you before I fire them because they're looking at you for assistance, for guidance. So it's like learning to also do that in your business. Like, you need somebody even underneath you, your right hand man, somebody that's gonna be like a mini you,
Mhm.
and they're gonna get in their behind and be like, do what you're supposed to be doing. Because if it was me, if I
Yeah.
gotta step off my throne and get in there behind, it's gonna be your job. For real. For real. Like, no. But yeah, that's all it's about. I feel like you got to
Just
take the
training,
time.
So Lita,
training prop.
she delegates the to-do list. How do you handle your to-do list?
How do I
Because we know
I
your
pray.
type A personality is not delegating. So
He
how
should.
Say that, would you say that I'm type A?
absolutely.
Is he really asking us that? No, for real. Like, are you being for real? Or are you joking?
Yeah,
It's
no,
too
I'm being
early in the
for
morning
real.
for this.
I'm being
It's too
for
early in
real.
the morning.
Like y'all would say that I'm type A for real.
Mr. Wayne Hardley, are
I
we
need to
being for
look.
real right now?
I need to look it up because I don't know. I never.
Oh.
What does type A mean? Shut up. That's just.
Yo.
I mean, not to say that it's a bad thing, but like, what? Let me see. Uh,
Uh,
let's see. A type A personality is characterized by traits like ambition, okay, competitiveness, and a strong sense of urgency, a tendency towards workaholism, okay, often leading to high achievement, but often potentially increased stress and health risks. Jesus Christ. Uh,
Is this the first time you've heard this about yourself?
that's why that's why it surprised me. Yeah, somebody hold up.
I'm sorry I added you on the internet.
I mean, it's not a bad thing. Okay, so type
I didn't
A.
say it was a bad thing, but that's
No, no,
definitely
no, no. But it's like I've never, so nobody have ever called me that. So like I'm looking. All right, so there's 4 different personality types. There's type A, the director, goal-oriented, risk-taking, good under stress. Type B is the socializer, relationship-oriented, outgoing, enthusiastic. Type C is the thinker, detail-oriented, logical, prepared. And type D is the supporter, task-oriented, stabilizing, and cautious. And then there's type X that combines 2 or more personality types when they are equal. Oh, that's cool. Guess I am type A. That's just news to me. Okay. Oh, what was the question? That took me off guard. Where did Lita go?
Lita left the building. I guess maybe her phone died and she got to come back in.
Probably. Hold on. She didn't text me.
I didn't get a text either.
Okay. Well, excuse our technical difficulty. What? Yeah. What was the question? What was the question? Yeah.
I said Lita delegates her to-do list. How do you handle yours? She's back. How do you handle
Okay.
yours?
How do I handle my to-do list as a type A personality?
Welcome back, Lita.
Thanks. Freaking phone got hot. Like died on me.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Yeah, we gotta get you a stand.
I know. Give me a second to adjust. I'm listening though.
Okay. So I was reading what the different personality types. I didn't realize that there were 4 personality types, but I didn't realize that I was type A personality, which I read the description and I was like, oh, okay, that kind of makes sense. So let's see. How do I handle my to-do list? I will cut things into different areas, right? So my to-do list is literally 20 stuff. 20 things, like let's say 20 things. What I'll do is I'll figure out what makes money now, what are my revenue generating tasks, right? Because that needs to get done. What task needs to be delegated? What can I give to either somebody on my team, or I'll find maybe ask my sister or ask somebody to handle this for me, whatever the case may be. What are some of the tasks that I absolutely need to handle myself? And other tasks, obviously, they're not important, so they just get added onto a calendar or a due date where I can just figure that out as I go. Right. You know what? Thinking about that, I guess that is type A. Cause I was like, whoa, hold up.
Definitely.
I don't just live out just vicariously through people. Like, no, there's an absolute system when it comes to handling some of these tasks. Otherwise, if I just get over, I just don't do anything. I just need to reset, And then I'm looking at myself, I'm like, whoa, I didn't do any work for like 2 days. Like I need to catch up. I need to do some stuff. But yeah, that's definitely how I would handle that. Yeah. Thank you. Go sit down.
We do. We already do that.
What a world to be over 30 and still learning things about yourself.
Right.
It is amazing. It's an amazing feeling.
Every day. Because at the end of the day, it's like
type A. Ooh.
I already knew that from just telling you to do stuff, and you don't want to do it. You want to do it your way, which I get. We're all entrepreneurs. We all like to do our things our way.
Not that I don't want to not do it my way.
Here we go. Go ahead. I'm just like, it's some of the stuff I'll be like, it's too early in the morning. Let me drink my Starbucks.
Listen, I have my tea every episode.
Because what in the world,
It's not. It just makes sense logically. I have to
for you.
I have to weigh all the pros and cons with things, and then yeah, But I'm totally down, to hear, opinions and everybody else's point of view.
I feel like you do eventually. I feel like
this is not what this episode is about.
No, it's about your to-do list. It is about that. Because on your to-do list, on your to-do list, you have to make sure that, like we were talking about, delegate and try different things and da, 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 da. That's a part of your to-do list. So yes, I feel like, but I mean, like I said, I get it. We all have our things. We all want to, you know what I mean? Like run our businesses a certain way. We all have different personalities. We all
Yeah.
have different things that make all of our, even though we do a lot of this same things, all of us have very unique things about our business that we focus on, you know? So at the end of the day, we have to do what's right for us. And we also know our audience and our what is it? Our what is it called? I can't even remember what it's called in the business world. Your your audience basically. You know your clients, you know your clientele. Like you know what
Yeah.
they like, what they respond to, you know? So you have to do things like they respond to you, Wayne, making cool videos about grooming dogs and reminders. You know what I mean? Like Telisa, they respond to you. Your clients like you to be just straight up, really real, authentic with them. You know what I'm saying? My clients like they get a little both with me. They get like the luxury side, but they also get like, look, this is what time
I
it
like the
is. And I'm
luxury content from Lita. I'd be like,
yeah,
dang, I need to make
yeah.
some more
Just like
money.
I just like they like that, but then it's like I also it's like I give them that, but I also remind them that regardless of how luxury you want to be, I'm still a registered vet tech, and I still have knowledge on how your pet is supposed to be okay. You know, like how they're supposed to be, how your pet can have the best quality of life. So you can have the most expensive Louis Vuitton bed you can, but if it's not comfortable for your pet's environment, you're going to have to get rid of it. You know what I mean? So it's I just we all have our balance. We all have our people that we talk to. They speak our language. So
Absolutely.
I get it.
So,
But it's
Talisa, how do you handle your to-do list with your type A
Uh,
personality?
I definitely do not have a type A person.
yeah, I would say she's not type A.
Hold on, let me see. All right, you're
This,
right. Hold on, let me.
this
All right.
work do not be stressing me out. Do you hear me?
Yes. I feel like you're
Um,
more go with the flow.
You know what? No, she's type D. I feel like no, or type X because you have a little mixture of. All right, here we go again. I'm gonna read it again. All right. So type A is goal oriented, risk taking, good under stress. Type B is relationship oriented, outgoing, and enthusiastic. Type C is detail oriented, logical, and prepared. And then type D is task oriented, stabilizing, and cautious. I feel like you're a mix between C and D.
okay.
No?
I'll,
Yes?
I'll accept that as an answer.
Huh?
I'll accept that as an answer. With that being said,
Mm-hmm.
I am very cautious in how I make my moves. Yes, because I don't want to regret most of them. Um, but how I tackle my to-do list is like the small things that I don't really care about.
Right.
I hand off to my admin
Give
and
it to him.
I give her, I'll stay a week to get those things done. And then like the big things that I'm very like finicky about and don't necessarily have the words or the patience to communicate how I want them done, I
Mm-hmm.
will just do them myself.
Yeah.
Um, I know because I pay her that I could just give her the things and find the words to communicate how I want it done. I could give her those things, but I'm just like things like trying to figure out what new prices are should be and things like filing taxes and I'm just like, girl, I ain't even got my paperwork together. I can't let you file my taxes right together.
Yeah.
Because you just gonna be calling me 800 times asking me,
Mm-hmm.
well, they want this paperwork and they want that. I don't know where it is. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. No, definitely.
Those
I
things,
agree.
yeah, so those things I just do myself.
Is your admin virtual or
No, she's a very much a real person.
oh, okay, okay.
Go sit down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go
Well,
sit
that's
down.
not to say a virtual assistant isn't real, but like
Yeah.
I can go to her home, I can touch her.
Oh, okay, cool, cool. Yeah.
Um, So we talk on a pretty regular basis about the things that I want and need. And I send her a task list every Monday morning. And I'm like, hard deadline Friday. I never give her anything that should take longer than a week to get done. And if I do, then I'll give her the extended deadline. But Monday through Friday is the time you have to do the things that I need you to do.
Right.
Mhm. Can I ask, and then like, what are some of those tasks? So like, I'm working on coming up with different task lists and stuff like that too. Because like right now we're working on just better organization with all of our like back house stuff, right? So I of course don't want to overload, but then at the same time I want to make sure that these tasks do get done. So like what are some of the other things that you are assigning? So then it just gets people to understand like what are some of those tasks that you handle yourself, and then what are some of the tasks that you give to, you know, your admin person.
For me personally, like I do inventory once a month. So after I do inventory, I'm like, I need this, and this. So I write down that list. She'll call show season and make the order. I go pick it up. Um, she'll make the appointment to get the blades and the shears sharpened, and I drop off and pick up. Um, I tell her to check the numbers every week to make sure we're hitting our number for the week. If we're not, reach out to people. Hey, we have availability. Do you want an appointment this week? That's her responsibility to keep the books booked.
I like that. Yeah.
Um, and then there'll be like little things like if something just pops up in my head and I'll write it down because I literally share like a reminder with her. And I'll just add everything to that, like the reminder app on the iPhone.
Yeah.
And I do one for T3 and I just add to the list. See, there are only two things on it.
That's really good. That means you're
All
getting
right,
stuff done.
I'm trying to be like you.
But the one thing is file your taxes. So
Yeah.
um
Okay, we have until October.
right.
Hmm.
So no, it'll definitely get done before April is over. I don't want to be carrying this into the rest of the year.
That's a
Um,
really good goal to put on your to-do list because most entrepreneurs do not.
'Cause I don't want to be
Right.
carrying that load.
Mhm.
That now you talking about a load
Yes.
on the shoulder?
Man, you got to
Yes,
do it.
that'll definitely get done before the end of April. But so I share a reminder with her and I just add to the list. And as she's going, she'll check it off. As I'm going, I'll check it off and it all shows up on the same thing so I can see what she's getting done as it's getting done versus having to check with her on Friday and she'd be like, "Well, I haven't gotten to this, and this yet." I can literally see as she's going that it's getting done.
Gotcha.
I love
Nice.
that. That gives you a peace of mind too. So that's
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think that's the thing too, is like us delegating stuff and then we get so busy and then we have to like circle back and be like, wait a minute, did you ever, you know what I mean? Like, did you ever do XYZ? Because then that's going to stress us out even more. Now we're thinking about it and it's messing up everything else we got going on. So that's really good that she gives you that peace of mind. Yeah.
You can share. Wait, you can share reminders.
Yeah. You can make like a different category, I guess you could say, because I have one for that me and Kenzie share,
Uh,
where I put our hair appointments, her practices and stuff like that. Then I have one for T3. And yeah, you can like the little dot thing or somewhere or the little square with the arrow. Yeah, it's the
uh,
little square with the arrow. And add the person, like, send it to them. And that's the person you share your notes with or your reminders with for that folder.
Oh yeah,
well,
because is it a part of notes? Because I share notes
Note,
with a
yeah,
lot of
notes.
people.
yeah,
Notes is like
I,
that too.
Yeah. I share notes with my team
yeah.
because
I can
I was
share notes. I didn't. Okay.
Yeah, you can share reminders the same way.
okay.
And with reminders, you can add the deadlines, you can add a time for the deadline,
Yeah.
patience, all that stuff. So,
Zion.
You know what I noticed? I'm like, my whole team, like, they gotta have iPhones.
okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's
I
that's
just
the most
invested
important
that.
part.
Yeah, I think, I
Go for
realized
the
that
back.
a minute ago. Um, Especially for content and creation and stuff like that. It just
Mhm.
makes things so much easier when we're trying to transfer documents and, looking at stuff for clients.
Mhm.
Because anybody that I hired before that had an Android, it used to be so frustrating trying to send stuff to them.
So in the
Like,
interview process, you'd be like, "You got an iPhone?"
do you have an iPhone? Because if you don't, you're gonna have to use the work phone, which is an iPhone. Like you can't, like you're not gonna be able to communicate with me on your personal phone. Like
Yeah.
I can't. I don't have time for that. So everything's just faster, clearer, more concise, easy transferable. Like it's not gonna be blurry. Like I just don't have time for that. For
But
real.
yeah, I'm all about, what makes things easier. And for me,
Same.
making things easier is digital and
Hmm.
automations
Yes.
and simple text messages and emails.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. All that
it's
extra stuff.
out
I
of
don't have time
here,
for it.
out of my brain,
Hmm.
on to the next
Yeah.
whatever it is to do.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that's the biggest thing. Like we always have so much going on, like so much
Mhm.
happening. Like not only like running our businesses and doing everything, but our families and our personal lives too. So like it makes
A
a
whole
lot of
nother
sense
aspect of it. Yeah.
to get it done.
Yeah, it is. It's
I share reminders with Kenzie as well.
I need to start doing that, like literally with Serenity, because she's starting to become that age too. Where we're going to practices and we got stuff going on. Her friend's birthday party. We got 2 birthday parties to go to this weekend. Like when stuff like that, and you're like a mom, especially a single mom, you're like,
Add it to the
look.
calendar, sister. Add it to the
Yes. You're like, okay, what? I'm like, give me the invitation now. Like, don't wait till the day before the party to give me the invitation. Give me the invitation now. Let's go buy a birthday present now. Like, let's put that on our agenda list because I don't have time to be running around with the chicken out of my head trying to get you dressed, get me dressed, get out the door. Like, that's
If it's
too
not on the
much.
calendar, it don't exist.
Yeah, it don't. It really don't.
It
Or if
don't
you didn't
exist.
set alarms, that's the thing for me.
Yeah.
Sometimes I put stuff on I had to realize this about myself. Sometimes I'll put stuff on the calendar and I be in work mode, right? Like I'm talking to a client, da, da, da. So the calendar will go off and I'll be like, and I'll swipe away the notification like it didn't
on
even
the
happen.
notification that you put for
I'm
yourself.
like, nope, I can't deal with that right
Later
now.
on in the day,
So
like, what did I forget to do?
yes. So
What
I
did I
realized I have
forget?
to set a calendar reminder and I have to set an alarm. Like
Okay.
today, us recording, I set a calendar reminder and an alarm. So that's why I set it at like 15 minutes before. And I texted Wayne, like, hey, we still good enough? Okay, cool. So like that way my brain registers. If my alarm goes off, I'm like, oh shoot, I need to do something. Like it's something important and my alarm went off.
Yeah.
So that's just one of my things. You gotta find your thing.
No, it's
Yeah.
just like it's like a two factor
Yeah,
what is it?
Yeah,
log
authenticity. Yeah,
Authorization. Yeah,
notification.
authenticity.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah, like it's
authenticity.
just
Yeah,
two
that's what it
factor.
is.
I
Yeah, it's
this
two
is what I
factor.
need for me to be there. No, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
for real. We all have our thing, and I feel like as entrepreneurs, we have to do that. Like anybody
Yeah.
watching us today, and you hear all these different devices that we use, it's just like find your thing that works for you. Like don't look at somebody else and like compare yourself and be like, dang, she's so organized, or dang, she got everything together.
trial and
And we
error,
really don't.
trial and
Right. We
error.
had to learn this over
That's
the
it.
years. All of us has been in business for years and we had to learn to hire a team. We had to ask for help. We had to get a notification, get calendars, get softwares to remind us, like all of these things to get to
Mhm.
this point. Yeah.
No, and I'm
Yeah.
I'm proud of Telisa. I remember when Telisa was just like, please, I don't want to tell anybody what to do. I shouldn't have to
Yes.
tell
I remember
anybody what
that.
to do. I don't
I
want to
still
do
feel
this
like
and
that.
I don't want to delegate. But
But
look at
God.
you.
I
Look
know
at
I
you.
have
Now
to.
you
I know
have
I have to
employees.
get to where I want to be.
Yeah,
But
Yeah.
I
that's it
I
right
feel
there.
like I feel like telling people the same thing over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even have to
It's
repeat
so
myself too
frustrating.
many times to my kid. Like, why I
Yeah.
got to tell you to
More
make
than
sure
once, right?
it's all butt clean
Yeah,
every other week?
right.
And it's
For
crazy
real.
because it's always it's the people that were paying.
Right,
Like that's what makes it more frustrating is that it's the people that you're working your butt off to make sure that you can afford your bills. So I can
right.
afford make sure you can pay your bills
It
and
trickles down.
you're
Right.
not getting it done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
No,
It's
that
your job. Yeah.
that's
And
that
then it's
episode
like
right
you're
there.
not doing it for free. That's my thing. That's my thing that I remind my team. Whenever they get crazy and they get lazy, I'm like, you're not doing me a favor. I pay you.
Yeah.
And every time I have to reach into my account and contemplate if I want to pay you or not, because I'm looking at the money and I'm looking at you. I'm like,
You don't
I'm looking at
do
you.
you de-
I
do you
really want to
On
go.
a
deserve this
t-shirt.
money? Do you
That need to be on
deserve
a
this?
t-shirt. I'm looking at the money and I'm looking at you.
That's some real stuff. Like if you have a team or you have
Stress me
anybody that
out.
works underneath you and you haven't felt that, you're lying. You're
Yeah, no.
lying. You're not being real with yourself.
And
Like,
then
because
no,
I'm
and
looking at
then
the money and I really want to go to Target. That's what I really want to go
no,
to.
for real. And then you look at him like, nah, I can't do that. I can't
I
do
can't
that.
do that.
I
People got
can't
to
do
feed their
that to you.
families and shit.
I can't
Damn,
do that to you.
that was a bar leader.
Man, I
I'm
gotta put
looking
on a
at the money and
t-shirt.
I'm looking at you. No, for real. Right. And then because it's just like if I wouldn't even be contemplating any of this, right? If you just did what you needed to do, if I didn't have to
Yeah.
repeat myself to you, if I didn't
Yep.
have to be upset or if things just didn't get done or whatever the
Man,
case, all you had to do was just show up and do the thing that I'm paying you to do. It's
that's all
literally
I. That's
right
all I
there.
ask.
That
Right.
you
I
told me you
can't
wanted to do.
imagine that.
Right. You
Go
told me
play
you
with
wanted
me.
this job.
I didn't
For
recruit
real.
you.
Right. It's
Figure
not
it
the
out.
other way around. But you know what,
Go leave
Talisa,
this out.
I feel like, one of the things that I had to do, I want to say I was working at Banfield, I feel like, when I discovered this before I added it to my business, is that you have to take this test, and I'm gonna find it for you when I get a chance. But it's a test that shows you what you excel in, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like what you enjoy doing naturally, right? So whatever that is, then you should be doing that in your business every day. And then everything else outside of that, you need to delegate, right? So if you don't like if you want a team, like in your brain, you probably are like, I want to grow, I want to build, I want a team, right? But I don't want to tell people what to do. So if that's what you want, you need to get a
I need to
manager
hire a manager.
where it's their
You know,
job. You know what I'm saying?
to
Like you
handle
tell
it.
them what to do. So that way all you're doing is sitting back like, okay, cool, it's running. You know?
Yeah.
And you tell them, you threaten them because that's what I do. Like if I have to get involved, just know it's your job. For real. Cuz like that's your job. Like
Yeah.
what are we doing? What are we talking about right now? So, that's all it
Yeah,
is. Mhm. Yep.
I agree. I agree. So, all right. So, well, what are we gonna do about the to-do list then?
Get her done.
I mean, we have
For
to.
real. That's all we can do.
I mean,
Uh,
it's gonna keep getting longer and longer.
Yeah.
It always need to be done.
Yeah. One day at a time. Yep.
I
One
think my
day at a
thing
time.
too about it too is like a lot of people they'll maybe add 5, 10 things on their list and then feel like they have to get all 5 or 10 things done like right then and there. There are certain people who will do that and can do that, but there are also people that will overwhelm themselves trying to get all 10 things done in one day.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, no, you could get 3 things done in one day. Be
Right.
grateful that you were able to get those 3 things done,
Yeah.
but now you got to balance your time and manage your time correctly to get the other 7 things done, right? But
Yes.
don't
Yes.
stress yourself out because you couldn't get all 10 things done in one day because, I
Yeah.
mean, life happens.
Wayne Hartley. This is why you got 20 things on your list. Because
Yeah.
you okay with doing 3 and leaving 7.
It's not that I'm not okay. It's not that I'm okay with it. It's just like things happen. Like I'll be trying to get things done, and then I'll be like,
Life
"Oh no,
happens.
I got to do this." Oh,
It
and
does.
then I got to do this, and
Yeah.
then
Especially when you
and then I
got
got to do this.
children that's home from school on a Monday.
Oh
That too.
no. I'm praying
That
for you for
too.
that one. I
Yeah.
wouldn't know.
So there's that as
Mm-mm.
well. You know, at the last minute, they
Yeah.
said, "Hey, we're closed on Monday for planning or whatever." So I'm
Y'all
like,
Oh, the
didn't do that on
Christmas.
Friday when y'all was off?
It was
"Did y'all
Easter
not just
last
have a
weekend.
whole week off?" Put it down. Thank you. Did y'all
Yeah.
just not have a whole week off?
Look,
Did
they
y'all
trying so hard not to have to pay these teachers, bro. They
y'all not
trying
But
so
have
you
a
know
hard.
what
whole
that means though, Wayne?
was just on spring break. Like, why do
Right.
they need this? What?
But you know what that means? I'm gonna tell you what that means. Put this on your to-do list or put it on Camille's to-do list, right? What y'all need to do is y'all need to find another center that literally, or not even a center, but what, like maybe a secondary type of fun playground type of situation that you
Yeah.
can pay a drop-in visit for. Because I have some in Buckhead. Like, hey, y'all out of
Oh,
school
for
bet. I'm gonna call. Just a
like the
drop-in.
days
Like
that they're
it's
closed, just take them to like a playground type of
yep.
daycare type of place.
You just pay them.
Yeah.
Like you pay them for the day. Like there's one that I take the girls to. I think it's called Uda Zoo or something like that. But it's like a
Uh-huh.
playground, indoor playground thing. I pay like $20 for them to
Yeah.
stay all day and like chill and hang out. You know what I mean? Like, but at least they're out of my hair. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
No, for
So
sure.
it's just like just find something like that in your area, or like a YMCA or a Boys and Girls Club, or something like
Yeah.
that, where it's like they'll be interactive and learning and still doing stuff. So when they come home, they can go to sleep.
No, for sure.
For real.
No,
Yeah,
I'll definitely look into it because I was just like, y'all, even though I'm not grooming, I still have like a day's
stuff
worth
to
of stuff
do.
to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even
Same.
though I'm not like behind the grooming table, I still have things going on, you know. So it's
Yeah.
like some
Meetings. Yeah.
people don't get that. They don't understand that. But
Yeah.
because let me tell you, this I was looking at my to-do list. I had to break up the to-do list, right? This is what's crazy. I had to break it up. I had to break it up between Happy Heart. Well, all right, first I had to break it up. Wayne's to-do list, Happy Heart's to-do list, Pet Lana's to-do list, Pet X's to-do
Man.
list.
Man. Family to-do list.
Right. That's the personal. That's the Wayne. That's part of Wayne's, right?
Oh, that's the Wayne's one. Okay, got it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there's things to do, and mind you, it's probably like maybe like 5 or 6, right? Each, but still, it's like there's still
Got
things to do.
30 lists, 5 or 6 per list. It's like 1,000 things to do.
It's 100 things to do in one day, like, and
And
four different businesses. You know what I mean? Like,
so
nah.
I just be sitting there like,
Wayne
what's
Yeah,
be the
going
one swiping up on the notifications.
yeah. You be like, did you do that? I thought you should do that at 8 o'clock.
But you know, that's what I'm grateful for. I'm getting back into not getting back into, but getting more intentional with delegation, you know. So like
Yeah.
now what task can we give over to like Tierra that should help out, you know, and like people on Petlana's board, right? The secretary and then
Yeah,
the rest of the board. And then what task can
yeah.
I give to Shan and help out with everything? Like she's helping me out with SOPs. Like we just finished the employee handbook. So the handbook is done. Yes, we finished the handbook.
Yeah,
I know we were talking about that like last month. So
that's
now
awesome.
it's going down all of the SOPs. So putting all of the SOPs on a Google Drive. So then that
Yeah,
way they don't have any question on how certain things need to get done. So
yeah.
we've been working on that. So like that's one of
That's
the
awesome.
major tasks that we're working together on for that.
Yeah, because
But
that's leading to growth and expansion. So I'm excited for you on that. Definitely.
same. Same.
Yeah.
And it's a lot. Like I was looking at it, I was looking at the list of like all of the things we do on it. Because I first thing was, what do we do daily? Right.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
writing all of that down, this is what we do daily, and this is how we handle this daily. So
Mhm.
like just getting all of that typed out is like so
Yeah. Did
that's
you
like
use AI
that's
for
something
that?
I'm working on today. Yeah. So between
Yeah.
that, so coming
Good.
out with the format and then how to like the format of the SOPs, but then also how to properly type it all out too.
Yeah. No, that's
You
good
know,
because I've been
that
hearing some great things about SOPs and AI lately. So
yeah,
that's really really good. Yeah,
it's
that's
helping out a lot.
awesome.
So Yeah, so we got that done, we got that started. So there's that.
Yeah.
But I have to like Talisa, I have to be able to step away a little bit, like
We
here,
do.
order this for me, here, order that for me,
Yeah.
here, be able to handle more responsibilities in that
Yeah.
sense because
It's all
now,
about just being intentional though. You know what I
yeah,
mean? You have to be like, because as entrepreneurs, we have to remember we give attention to what we care the most about, right? So it's like we have to be more intentional about, hey, I have this person that I pay every week. Let me give them more tasks. Like, let me stop stressing myself out about this one task that I spent 3 hours on when I could be doing three other things. So you just got to
yeah,
be 10 times more intentional. Like I said, you're gonna have to really take time out to like train, even if it's them, hey, this whole day you're right by my side. Like, don't
yeah,
leave. Because I need you to shadow me so much. Like, I need you to be like right
I
here.
need you to
Because I need
see.
you to shadow me so much that you become me. I know that sounds crazy,
yeah.
but for real, like you have to become me. Because if you become me, then I feel more comfortable stepping away.
And
For
yep,
real.
that's it. That's literally it. Like I typed in one of the prompts was I need to learn how to replace myself. How do I do that?
Yes.
I need
Yes.
to replace myself. Like my goal is to replace me. So like even with that, it was like, training
Mhm.
another groomer or maybe two other groomers, getting somebody else in there. And then that way we have extra hands doing the amount of work that I can do. So then now I can focus on the admin and back end stuff. And then
Yeah.
once all of that is situated, now I can focus on building,
Yes.
from there.
Yes. That's the
I'm going to
process.
travel and go to trade shows and
Yeah.
network and go to different events and stuff like that. So
I
yeah,
honestly think you're the
that's
type of
it.
person that needs a PA too. Like you need
Yeah,
somebody that's like an in-person PA, like a personal assistant.
I
Like I
do.
really do.
I do.
Yeah, I know, seriously. Like I feel like
I
yeah,
do.
virtual assistants would be like cool for you for like little stuff, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But you're the type of person like that needs a personal assistant in person that can be with you every single day that knows who you are, right? Like, oh, before you get hey Wayne, I got your coffee. Like before you even think about it, they're thinking about it. And you need one of
I
those
would
type of
love.
people. So that's gonna
I
make you
welcome.
like that.
I welcome
Yeah.
all of the vibes. I welcome
Yeah.
all of that.
For
Okay,
real.
bring it to. I manifest it and I
Definitely.
accept it.
Even if it's just an
I
intern,
cut.
like you ain't gotta even pay
Yeah,
nobody. Like it's somebody that just wants to be around to learn the environment. You may maybe throw them a little gas money every week. You know what I'm saying? But it's a student or something.
yeah.
It
Put it
needs
on
to
the
be
count.
somebody that wants to learn the industry so much they're willing to
Yeah,
do anything to be a part of it.
yeah,
So I feel like that's what you need because I like to watch the Kardashians a lot because
yeah,
they people say what they want about them, but they perform at such a high level of entrepreneurship. Like
yeah.
it's crazy, like how they perform, right? And they're the type of females that, or they're the type of entrepreneurs, I should say, that do what we do, right?
I,
They do a lot of stuff at once. Like they got this business, this, da, 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 social media content. They do everything. So I like to watch them and watch their show, not so much for the drama, but how I like to see their processes. Like how are they getting all this stuff done at such a high level,
yeah.
And I'm looking and I'm like, oh, they got assistants. That's what they do. They got people. They probably not even paying
But
these people,
Kim,
y'all. Huh?
Kim started as Paris's
She
assistant.
did. So she already knows what time it is.
Right.
So it's like they already got that in their brain. I'm like, oh, they got an assistant for this, project manager for that. You know what I mean? Like, so that's how they're performing. Their team is insane and they don't mind paying them. And that's really what the sauce is with them. And then they have a type A mama.
Yeah.
Oh
They have a
no.
Wayne.
Type A.
Right.
Plus, plus,
She's
plus,
an
plus,
alpha
plus.
A.
Woo, this ain't
Yeah.
nobody
So
to play with.
Yes.
yeah, no, at all. And you know what? And I feel like, I mean, it's just more so development after development after development to get there, right?
Yeah.
But I would love to have an extra pair of hands to like handle some of the things that I would need to get done because
Yeah.
then it's also I understand like everybody else that I'm working with, they have lives and families and businesses and
Mhm.
everything else that they have going on. So I can't necessarily delegate all of the things that I need done to
Mm-mm.
everybody that
You
has
need
their
somebody
own
who
thing.
ain't got no job, ain't doing nothing
That
else.
part.
You
It got
don't
to be
need, yeah,
nobody in your
Yeah.
circle. It got to be somebody that
So
their job is to focus on Wayne. That's it.
yeah,
Yep. Yeah, that's
maybe
why
I'll
I said a
ask my
student.
sister.
A student is no, no. No family members.
No family.
No, it needs to be somebody outside of the circle that doesn't know you, that needs to get to know who you are, because she has her preconceived notion of who Wayne is too as big brother. No. Mm-mm.
Yeah, true. I guess. Yeah.
Nope. I'm
Yeah,
telling
that
you,
makes
it needs to be
sense.
like a student. Like a student to me is the best person, because when you're a student, you don't really got a lot going on. You ain't got no kids. You might have a
Hmm.
boyfriend, girlfriend type situation, maybe, but you really
Yeah.
only got to focus on school. So it's like, and you're in a learning mode too. That's what I like about students. They're in
Yeah.
that mode where they want to learn and grab stuff. So it's like, yeah,
Do people
come
just
right
like
here.
now? Do people just like I want to be a personal assistant?
Yeah, PAs. That's a
Like
job.
Yeah, that's a real
I,
life job.
It's a
I
real
just
life
want to. I
job
want to
on
be a personal
Indeed,
assistant.
on what's the other thing? The other one, the social media thing, LinkedIn.
LinkedIn. Yeah.
Yeah. LinkedIn, they literally have resumes on there, like PAs and who they worked for and all kind of
Yeah.
stuff. It's a job.
I
Yep.
might look it. I might have to look at it.
Yeah.
See if I can
It
add
sounds
that
like the
on to.
prices just went up.
The prices definitely just went up. Okay, we
Period.
closer to that 214.76. Okay.
Period. Period. You already know.
Prices definitely just put it down. The prices
Yeah.
definitely are increasing
Yeah.
because that's what's gonna help me grow the business. And
hmm
again, if I'm not, I don't need to be the one that's there making all of the money for
You
everything
don't.
else.
Yeah.
So
Learning not to be
I
selfish is the first stage. That's what I feel
yeah,
like. Because we be like, I want to keep all the money, all the funds, all the, you know what I mean? We'd be like that when we
mhm.
first start. We're like, no, 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 don't touch it. That's how we all be. But it's like,
It's
Yeah,
nah,
all
just give it
yeah,
to your
it's my
mine.
people.
money and I need it now.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. But it's like learning to not be selfish and to delegate the money and to
Mhm.
understand that I have to make more money. Like, not to take y'all to church, but I want to be a blessing. I want to be blessed so I can be a blessing to somebody else.
For
You know what
sure.
I'm saying? Like learning that mindset, I feel like it's so powerful as entrepreneurs,
Yeah.
because you
But
can
I
be
have to
like,
get
yeah, I'm ready. Yeah.
let's make it. Let's make it happen, Captain. Yeah. Ooh, yeah. All right. In the next 90 days, I'll
You're gonna
probably
find
have a
a PA.
PA.
Oh yay, I'm so excited. And when you do, I'm gonna be like, pop your twin.
Yeah.
Right.
Look, I'm serious. All right. In the next 90 days, I'm gonna figure it out.
Yeah.
Even if it's just start off as part-time, just somebody to just come out and
Yeah.
help, on a daily,
Yeah. You know what I
weekly
say? Post
or
it.
something.
Post
Yeah.
it. Somebody in your following is already looking at you, admiring you, and wishing they were you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or wishing that they, I don't like to say were you, because that it starts to get weird after that. But I wish, I like somebody is looking
Yeah.
at you wanting to start a pet business and they don't know
Yeah.
where to start.
I
So
got you.
I feel like if you post it, somebody in your audience might respond. You just never know. They might email you.
I will. I will. I'll check it
Yeah.
out.
I mean, because
Thank you.
technically you just hiring for a position. So if
Right.
you hiring for a groomer, you put it on Happy Hearts. I'm
Exactly.
hiring.
Post
Yeah.
it.
So,
Mhm.
same-ish.
Yeah, be like, must be able to do this. You know how they be like, must be
Yeah.
able to hire high, what is it? Handle high volume, like
Right.
for real. You got to be able to, must be able to handle type A personality.
No, it must be very patient. Because
I need to be
I'm
patient with
sensitive
these
about my
kids.
it.
My art, baby.
Uh,
For real.
Shit. But all right, cool, cool, cool. So I'll look into that. We'll definitely look into that. Any last words for our listeners who have this to-do list and they're looking for some type of guidance?
Um, well, y'all are my accountability partners in pet care. Because one of the main things on my to-do list is to really pop off my mentorship and coaching and start my ebooks. And I really need to do that within the next, like you said, 90 days. Cause I'm getting so many requests for mentorship. It's crazy. So,
that's amazing.
Having accountability partners, like y'all. So that's my last piece. Like, have friends that keep you accountable.
Telisa definitely will. You said you was going to do that. You said you was going to do that.
I know. She will. She's done it to me before. So when are you starting that?
Where is the money coming from?
So where are we at with this?
Yes. That's her. She's a Cancer. The Cancer gonna make you. A Cancer friend is always going to make sure you're great. That's one thing about Cancer friend. Like, no, you said that you was gonna do this though.
Listen, because people always talk about how they ain't got no community, they ain't got no support. I am the community. I am the support. Okay.
Period.
Don't get mad how the support is delivered.
Right.
Just know I'm here to get the work done. I'm here to make sure it's done.
It's gonna make you be better. That's it. It's gonna make you be better.
That's true.
Telisa.
What was the question? Oh, last notes.
Yeah.
Your unread text messages, phone calls, voicemails, and emails are also on your to-do list. Open them, read them, delete them. Hell.
That's the one.
Where am I at?
If you ain't read it in the last 3 months, that means it ain't important. Delete it.
Mine says like 40 messages, right? I was just about to say, I was like, mine says 40.
Is that 3 digits, Wayne?
190.
Oh my gosh, Wayne, you're worse than me. I thought 40 was bad.
When I see people with notification bubbles like that, I be like, I'm so grateful that my text messages get read.
I tried.
Because I could be out here getting ignored. Not even left on red, but flat foot ignored.
I don't know how it got to 190. I don't know how my missed calls and voicemail got to.
Mine's is bad too.
I don't even want to tell you the number.
I have one unread email.
Man,
I
thought
I have thousands.
I don't have to read
emails. I thought we were just talking about text messages.
I have no unread text messages. No.
Yo, I
don't want to look at it
about the email.
But I'm type A.
This is where people start accusing me of being neurodivergent because them little red bubbles drive me crazy. I read everything and almost immediately.
I used to be like that, Telisa, once upon a time. I used to be like that. And then life happened.
Yeah, I just need, you know what? I need a good 3 days to get through all of these missed messages.
It's on your to-do list.
It's on my to-do list.
Now you got
a PA.
Now you got a to-do list that's 300 lines long because you got 200 unread text messages.
Oh my gosh. So really your to-do list is 300, Wayne.
See, y'all see just how quickly that added on, right?
Yo.
And then be mad at me when I say, you know what, I'm not handling 300 things on my to-do list. I'm gonna go sit down.
I can't do everything by myself, Telisa.
I'm gonna watch Bluey with my daughter, okay?
That's Bluey.
What I do, because I'm not handling 300 things right now. Y'all got me messed up.
Seriously, like yeah.
When I said that, I didn't know I was attacking my friends.
Yo, you're not attacking. You're just holding us accountable because I got 10 emails and we don't even want to talk about the missed notifications. Like, let's not even talk about it.
Just slightly triggered. That's it.
They're just like, I'd rather go. I'm about to go drink some wine. Like that's what. At the end of the day, I'm like, nope.
Who has no unread messages? Like what? That's crazy.
I only have one. Let's see when it came in. It probably came in today.
No, literally, probably in the last 20 minutes because you were busy. Like, how?
Yeah. We aspire to be like you one day.
Yeah, you know what? You are goals.
You are. You are goals.
You be holding us accountable. Me, we just be living out here, just frolicking in the fields, right? And you're just like,
not frolicking in the fields. Shut up.
Y'all got allergies
Look,
over there.
I
Let
try.
me make sure this stuff is
I,
getting done over
I
here.
try to keep my brain as free and open as possible.
Wait, we
Like,
just gonna start passing stuff on to her. How about that? Let's just do that.
Yeah. No, no, I need you to
Email
audit our
forwarded.
to-do list. There we go. Audit our to-do list.
wait,
And
I have done that for you already.
you did a great job. You did a great job. I truly appreciate it. Now,
Girl,
that was also like 2 months ago. So it's
it's about that
time.
time, right? It's about that time. It's time.
So
Right.
we'll
In my
make that
best
happen.
Mariah voice.
Right. No, seriously. It's about that time.
I
Yeah.
don't like the feeling of having a million things to do. So like on Mondays, I do my very best to like clear
Yeah.
whatever short-term things I have on my to-do list.
You know what
I,
that says
Good.
about you too? I feel like that says that you're a very healed person too.
man, I'm trying to be.
That's a conversation for another episode. But
Yeah. Well,
therapists say that if you like to operate in chaos, it's because you probably have some trauma somewhere in the back hiding. And I like to operate in chaos, and that's my problem. I'd be like, I want the world to be like 12 different things at one time.
we're
Listen,
working on it.
Right.
I'll come home and be like, oh my God, my house is a mess. And then I'll go to a friend's house and see what my house is a mess really is.
Man.
Mhm.
And I don't feel so bad, but I still got to go home and clean up.
Right. I'm gonna go home and clean it. That's me. I literally texted my cleaning lady yesterday. Today, to this morning. I was like, I texted her
That's a
help.
job I could delegate.
I said help. I literally texted her that. And she wrote back in Spanish, like, I'll see you tomorrow morning.
Well, speaking of cleaning lady, I got the house cleaned a week and a half ago, and I was like, it was the best feeling ever
Oh my
to just
gosh,
be
it's so
like,
good.
just pay somebody to clean the house, and you come
Just
home
pay
to a clean
just
house,
pay
and then just
it.
like, all right, cool. This is something I could do once a month. Like this is
Yeah.
something I could add on. Like it felt good. It felt
Yeah.
We might need to talk about
But
that.
but you know what though? If you put it in your budget and you find somebody
yeah.
budget friendly, you probably could do it once a week. Cause that's what ends up happening to me. Like I literally like I'm not gonna share my numbers. I'll tell y'all afterwards. But
Right,
I'm
because
saying
it's
like
going
I
on the
found
internet.
somebody I found somebody that was cost effective because the first lady I had was really expensive. And then
Mhm.
I ended up finding somebody that was more cost effective and we worked out a deal. Like, okay, if you come once a week or once every 2 weeks, will you give it to me half price? Because like I'm paying you, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
she said, yeah. She said, if you pay me once every 2 weeks or once a week, or pay me a little extra if I have to come and it's really bad, then yeah, I'll do it for less. And I'm like, okay, bet. We got a deal.
Yeah. No, I mean that
So
helps her
yeah,
make more money, and then like
it
just like with
does.
us with mini grooms and brush outs and stuff like that. Like the more
Yeah.
maintenance you get throughout the month, the
It's
easier
not
the
as bad.
jobs are. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like that
Yeah.
with cleaning. Just come here
Yeah.
often. It'll be
Mhm.
cheaper because you don't have to do much.
Yeah.
We're not throwing ragers every week, so it's
Right.
not like you got to clean out a frat house every
Right.
Friday. Like no, it's
Right.
simple.
Right.
Just live right. Just simple. Just
Especially when
living.
you have multiple kids too, because like with you have multiple kids like I do, so you need that because it's just like
Yeah.
they'll just go like this right when you vacuum the floor, sweep the floor, mop the floor. You be
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh,
And act like you didn't just clean up this whole place. Because as soon as
yeah.
they see it clean, oh, why is everything away? Let's take it all out
I'm
and
gonna go
play with
knock everything down.
it now.
Yep,
Yeah.
and then yell at the top of my lungs and laugh.
No, and watch you do it. Right. All right,
Yeah.
good people. Let's see. My last little tidbit on to-do list is time management. Find a time to manage these things. And if you can't manage it on your time, make sure somebody else can manage it on their time. So delegate.
I love that. That was good. That was real good. For real. Seriously.
All right.
Yeah.
Otherwise, that is our official kickoff, honestly, the PETx podcast, which I'm extremely grateful for and proud to present. Make
Yeah.
sure you are sharing, subscribing, commenting, listening on all of these different platforms, and just help us grow. You know what I'm saying? So And if you are a pet professional here in Atlanta that is looking for a community, I recommend Petlanta. So that's Petlanta. Right? And follow us on Instagram at petlanta.inc. Follow the PETx Network on Instagram at the PETx Network. And definitely share, subscribe, tell everybody, all of your other petpreneur friends.
Like, comment, all of the above, engage with
all
us.
of the things, right? All of the things. So we are growing, glowing, and out here giving back to the community. So yes, that's us. We'll see y'all next time.
Yes, that's a wrap, y'all.